Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
So Todd, can I get your general thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, initially I thought we came out and looked tired. It took us a while to get into the hockey game, but once we did, we saw some positive signs. I think that the other team had really kind of cranked up their skating tonight, and we struggled with the pace at times. That's probably more down to conditioning than actual ability. But the guys dug deep again. They fought themselves back into the game. Probably a fitting end that the weekend was split.
This week the club announced that Marty Simpson and, forgive if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Tony Tammy would be coming in. Can you give us an insight into how these moves came about?
Yeah, well, we knew for the guys still out in Australia that we were going to be short bodies. The D-men, we didn't want to put undue pressure on them by overplaying them. We wanted them to build up their confidence and build up their conditioning without putting them in a position of injuries due to fatigue. So Marty was going to play a game with us last year. He wasn't registered in time. He's a local kid. I feel that he deserved an opportunity. I think it was an eye-opener for him as well, although I think he did well. It was clear that he needs to work on his conditioning. He'll be around and available for us throughout the season. But, that's something that we've identified and spoke with him in the past about. Tony is a Finnish national that lives in the UK now. Expressed an interest coming out with us. Got him a temporary ITC card to have a tryout. It's always good to have goaltender options in an event of an unforeseen injury potential. I thought he did a good job for not playing much in the last couple of years and was under some serious pressure tonight. I'm sure he'll want one or two of those back, but it was nice to see him out there and get an opportunity to show what he's capable of.
On Wednesday night at the shirt launch, you spoke about the 4 guys who are currently playing in Australia. For those who couldn't attend, could you give us an update on the scenario there?
Well, it was 4 crucial targets that we identified that we wanted in this squad. Early on, I knew that the dates that they would become available. So we weighed up the options and realized we were ready or prepared to wait for these guys. It was a tough decision because you like to bring guys in and have this 2 weeks for the guys to get to know each other, get closer. You're going to be really thrown into the deep end with a home game against Glasgow and then subsequently down to Dundee. It's going to be a tough weekend and a good test. They're going to be flying in from Australia. Fortunately for 2 of them, they know our systems. There'll be a few minor tweaks and they'll probably be suffering from some sort of jet lag, but they'll have to grind out the weekend. It's important that we get them in. I think we played well this weekend. The young kids did well. We're going to push them hard. It's apparent that some of them need to work on their conditioning, and the games are only going to get a lot more physical than that was this weekend. So, but they weren't worried about being sat for making a mistake. Once we have them as support on the bench and ready to jump in and hungry to take spots, they're going to get their opportunities throughout the year, and they have to take them, and that's where the pressure is on. And that's all players face that at points in their career. They know the stakes of playing in the elite league. So those 4 guys will come in. I don't think we'll be short on offense. We have another D-man coming in, which will supplement this group, I think, wonderfully. We have the makings of a very strong team this year, and once we start firing on all cylinders, we're going to be pretty dangerous.
Finally, what can we take away from the way that we've played over the course of the weekend against the Herlev Eagles?
Well, something that I've harped on for years now. The work ethic was there. Even with the tired legs, it was there. We were down, and I think that if we let in another early one, the game would have possibly been over. Looked like a long way back. They held on. The Danish team looked dangerous all night. However, we did enough, and we battled back. We waited for our chances. We were patient. There was just a few things like conditioning I mentioned. Turning over the puck, we looked a little opportunistic. This team's always made their money from working the puck down low, putting sustained pressure on teams, really waiting for our chance and changing on the offensive role and keeping that pressure up. Tonight we looked happy to go end to end at times, not stop and start, but once again that comes down to conditioning and not being mid-season form, and that'll come. We have another 2 weeks of training, 2 more exhibition matches to allow us to prep. And I don't think that we looked as systematically sharp as we would have hoped we would have tonight, although there was positive signs.
Thank you,
The
Todd.
Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.